Hey guys, it's Aislinn, and in today's video, we're going to be going through all of the different hair colors I have had this year. It's been a very long road, and I thought I would surprise you guys with one more video before the year ends, just going over this whole year and basically what we've done to my hair throughout the whole entire year. So let's get into this video because it's going to be a long one. To start off my hair journey for 2021, we dyed my hair pink. So I had some leftover spots on my hair. I had like some blue pieces left over from a color I did previously, and I decided to impulsively put pink all over my hair. I put a lighter pink on this top section, and then I did a darker pink around the perimeter of my hairline because I did have that leftover blue on my hair, and I knew if I put pink over it, it would create like a purple color. I absolutely loved this color. I thought it was so pretty. I loved that it wasn't just all pink, even though the only effort I put into it was putting pink all over my head, but that leftover color really contributed to the end result and made it this beautiful like cotton candy pink and purple hair color. It was absolutely gorgeous and I loved that color. So next I went through a phase of trying to dye my hair with different items, and I'm not going to include all of those in here. I'm only including hair colors that stuck to my hair, and I'm also not including any of the color removers I did in between each one of these. So I did do like markers and a lot of different other things to try and dye my hair, but the only thing that stuck was Sharpies. So I used some permanent Sharpies to dye the tips of my hair rainbow and also to dye these front two pieces rainbow. And as you can see, it worked beautifully. It was actually such a gorgeous color, and the colors were pretty vibrant, and I love this look. Like, I love the blunt bob, and I love the pieces of neon rainbow with like the white blonde hair. I love this look, and I thought it was absolutely beautiful. So next I dyed my hair using Care Bear hair dye. It was like a hair dye I had seen on my Instagram feed, and I figured you guys would want to see me test the Care Bear hair color. So I decided to do some prismatic like pastel rainbow hair using the Care Bear hair color. I had some leftover color from the Sharpie, so I was a little bit limited to what I could do as far as like patterns on my hair because I had to make sure to cover up the other color. I'm also going to include some TikToks, so if you want to see a little bit of cringy action I will be playing some TikToks on screen for you guys. I just have a lot of documentation on my TikTok page of hair colors I've had throughout the year, so I went ahead and pulled all those TikToks. If you want to follow me on there, link to that in the description down below. So I did prismatic technique on top, and then underneath I just did all pink. So as you can see, it turned out really well. I was going for more of a pastel rainbow vibe, but this turned out way brighter than I thought it would. I wasn't in love with it. I felt like there was too much yellow and too much orange and not enough of the blue and green and purple. So I liked it, but it was very temporary. So I removed that with some vitamin C treatments. It removed super easily. And then I decided to dye my hair half pink, half mint, with these front two pieces being purple. This look was something that I had never done before. I will say, I feel like this year I branched out and did a lot of colors that I haven't done before. I didn't just stick to all rainbow. I did a lot of other colors that I probably wouldn't have done in the past. This is like a perfect example of that. So we just did mint on one side, pink on one side, and then the front pieces were purple, and this was really pretty. I love the way this turned out, and I love the mint and the pink. Like, the tones of them were really nice, and also they weren't too dark. They were like a nice medium pastel color, and also the fade out on this was very pretty. So then I decided to do fire and ice hair. I knew I wanted to do half black, half white hair, so before I just went ahead and dyed half of my hair black, I decided to have some fun with it and do like a fire ombre. I've always loved the look of fire ombres, and I was like, I have to do it on my hair before I just cover it up with black. Like, I don't think I would ever just take a blonde and go straight to black when you could have so much fun in between going from white to black, you know. I would just rather dye it multiple colors on the way to black instead of just covering up that beautiful white canvas. So I decided to have some fun and do fire and ice hair. So we did half white, and then on the other half we did red to orange to yellow, and this hair color was so pretty. If I were to ever do fire and ice hair again, I would definitely prefer to do the one side fire, and then on this side I would do like blue to silver to white. But because I wanted to keep half of my hair white, I didn't want to put blue on it. But in the future, if I was aiming to keep fire and ice hair and it wasn't just like a temporary fill color to go black, I would love to do like full on fire and ice with the blue, silver, white, and then on this side do like red, orange, and yellow. So then I decided to do half white and half black, which was the end goal throughout that whole process of me doing fire and ice hair. And for some reason, I thought it would be a great idea to use like permanent dye on my hair. I used a demi-permanent and was like I had really convinced myself that I was gonna keep one half of my head black like forever. Like I was just gonna keep it black for the longest time, and then when I was tired of the black, I was just gonna grow out my roots and just like have neon roots on one half and then have bright like hair on the other half. You guys know me better than that, and I should have known myself better than that, because obviously I was not gonna keep black hair forever. Like this lasted maybe 2 weeks before I started going back blonde and damaging my hair in the process. So lesson hopefully learned. I will not be doing that again. I've been very good with my hair lately. So overall, I loved the half black, half white. I thought it was so beautiful, and I thought it was really striking. I just thought it made like my eye color pop so much. And I don't know, I love the like villainous versus like the good side of hair color. Like just the black is so deep and rich, and then you have that like bright white, and it's just such complete opposites. I love the way they look next to each other, this beautiful split dye moment. Then I decided to do half neon rainbow and half black. So I just kept that side black, and then Brad Mondo had just released some of his colors. So I went ahead and tried those for you guys, and we did prismatic ombre on the blonde half and then kept the other half black. This color was so pretty, and honestly, X Mondo colors are one of my favorites to use. They're a little bit harder to apply because they are so thick, but they come out so easily because they have such a heavy conditioning base. They're so easy to remove, and I never have to worry about them staining my hair and fighting to get them out. I know it'll be an easy like removal process, so I definitely like X Mondo products for temporary hair colors. So like I said, I knew the half black would not last very long, so I started trying to remove it. And in the process of me trying to remove it, obviously we had some like brassy orange blonde stages trying to go back blonde. So I worked with what I had, and I decided to do half pink, half yellow with a strip of rainbow. And honestly, this turned out so good. This is like one of my favorite colors. It's just like pink lemonade vibes. And then I love that I added that splash of rainbow in there, just like to accent the hair. And also I feel like the rainbow always is just like a little strip of my personality showing through. I love the way this turned out, and that yellow was absolutely stunning. The only thing I would change about this is the pink shade. It was a little bit too on the warm side for me. I had too much of that orange undertone. I did put it over like straight orange hair because it was really brassy at the time. So I was trying to work with what I had, but overall it turned out really nicely. Then that faded pretty quickly because throughout the summer I swim so much, my hair color fades, which is awesome because I'm able to do more colors on my hair. So I love swimming, love summertime because I'm able to change up my color like once a week. So once that faded, I decided to do something similar but different. So I did half blue, half green, and I kept that strip of rainbow. This is probably one of my favorite hair colors I've ever done. I love blue and I love green. Those are like two of my favorite colors. I don't do them very often in my hair because I know how much of a pain in the ass they are to get out. Like, I love blue, love green, but oh my god, are they so hard to get out of the hair. So I don't get to do them very often, but when I do, I love them so much. And this blue and this green that I used specifically was gorgeous. Like this blue was so deep and so rich in pigment. It's just like makes my mouth water. I love it so much. And the green was just so neon. And like this picture right here really captures how beautiful it was. It was just the most like rich velvety blue color and the most like bright green, and that strip of rainbow just like brought all the colors together. Probably one of my favorite hair colors I have ever done. So once that faded, I decided to do neon roots, which I was very excited about. I had been planning this hair color for probably like 5 months. I had a picture saved on my phone and I wanted to do it so bad. So I decided to let my roots grow out and then bleach my roots, and I wanted to do neon pink roots with black ends. And this time, thankfully, I knew better than to use a demi-permanent or permanent black color on my hair. So I wound up using a semi-permanent black color on my ends. And this is one of the biggest mistakes I ever did. I used Iro Neon Pink on my roots. And let me tell you, if you're thinking about using Iro Neon Pink, just know it's not really a semi-permanent, okay? It's gonna stain your hair. I still have pink in my hair. This was in May, and I still have pink in my hair. Like, you guys probably can't see it now, but I have like a little band right here that has like a pinkish hue. I'll show you guys in my next video because I'm going to tone my hair, so I'll point that out to you in my next video. I do have a good dupe for this color though, Manic Panic Hot Hot Pink. It has that bluey, cool toned pink to it, and they're very similar. But Manic Panic is so easy to get out of the hair. I have used that on my hair so many times and it comes out very, very easily. It does not turn any weird colors when you try and remove it. It's a beautiful, vibrant pink, and it also fades out very easily and very nicely. So definitely skip out on the Eero. Unless you want pink hair for the rest of your life, then use that because it's the most stunning pink. It just doesn't come out of the hair. So just know that. This is one of the biggest regrets. I damaged my hair so bad trying to get this pink out, but I'm glad I did because it taught all of you guys, like, don't use it. Please don't use this color. This was probably one of my favorites. Also, like, I don't know, I really like myself in dark hair colors. I either like really light colors or really dark colors on my hair. Like, I'm good with all blonde, I'm good with all black, and I'm good with rainbow. So those are like the three colors that I'm able to like wear for a while and I'm not getting sick of. I love the way this color looked, the bright, bright roots with like the long jet black ends. I love it. It just made me feel like a goth baddie. I love the shiny, dark black hair. Again, one of my favorites. So because the pink wasn't coming out, I had done so many damaging things to my hair and the pink was still not coming out. So I was just like, F it, I'm just gonna dye over it and cover it up. So for some reason, I thought doing like blue and teal was a good idea, even though I know like blue and teal is more difficult to get out of the hair. So I went ahead and I did a dark blue at my root, and then I did a tealish color on my ends. I knew that putting that blue over the pink on my roots would create more of like a purpley blue color. That's what I was hoping for, and it turned out really, really nicely. It had a lot of dimension to it. It was just like mermaid hair, and it was really, really pretty. I actually really enjoyed this hair. You can see I had the tealish light blue on my ends, and then at the root we had some blue, we had a little bit of pink, and we had a little bit of purple, so it was like a gorgeous mermaid hair color. That was throughout the summer, so that faded pretty quickly in the pool. And then I did cotton candy hair, and this was so pretty. I love the way this turned out. It was just like a cotton candy paradise. So I just did vertical sections all over my head with purple, pink, and blue, and they were all really, really smoky. I wanted it to be like smoky cotton candy. I didn't want anything too vibrant like I had done in the past. I love like a periwinkle lavender moment, and this was so pretty. There were so many different tones to it, and they all complemented each other really well. I also feel like when I have a really good tan in the summertime, these colors complement my skin really nicely, so I loved rocking this color for a little while. It didn't last long, obviously, because they were pastels, but it was beautiful while it lasted. So once that faded, I was trying to find another hair color to do, and I had you guys tag me in photos on Instagram of colors that you wanted me to try. A couple of you tagged me in this photo of this silver and prismatic hair color, and I fell in love with it, and I was like, I need that right now. So I went ahead and attempted to recreate the photo. It was a lot of fun to do, and it turned out pretty good. I would alter a few things. I think I would enhance the pink and the orange colors because I don't feel like they showed up that well, but it still turned out really pretty, and I love the way this looked. This also is like a very easy color to fade out and change it if you want to. Doing silvers and pastels, you know, it's kind of an easy transition to whatever color you want to go to in the future. I love this hair color, but again, summertime swimming did not last very long. Then I found a technique that I really wanted to try on myself, and it is called the bubble technique. You just take different colors of the rainbow and you smush them all together, bring down a section and smush the colors one after the other. This turned out so beautiful, and this is such an easy technique for beginners if you want like pastel rainbow hair, but you're worried it's going to be too technically difficult. This is so easy, and it turned out so beautiful. This is like the most perfect opal sherbet hair color. I loved all the tones. I used Pull Bright for this, And Pulp Riot has like the most beautiful neon pastel shades. I love the way this turned out. It was just absolutely gorgeous and also probably one of my favorites. But again, summertime swimming did not last long. So then I decided to do something different. I decided to do 6 sections of rainbow. So I did pink, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, split down the middle, 3 colors on each side. I would love to try this with super neon color and not pastels, because I still had some leftover color on the warmer side of my head, so you can see a little bit of blue peeking out in the orange. This was also really, really pretty, and I think this would be gorgeous on like long hair with neon colors, just doing the 6 sections. The cooler colors just go so well together. Then I decided to do white hair with a few pastel pieces. So you can see here, this is so gorgeous. I love the pops of the pastel. It reminded me of candy, like just like the white hair with like these candy ribbons showing through. Oh, I loved this hair. It was really, really pretty. And this is also a way of tying in rainbow without fully committing. You can just do little tiny prismatic sections all over your head and have them like show through but not fully commit, and they will also fade very nicely, and they will fade very quickly because it is a pastel shade. You could also get a few tape-in extensions or get a few clip-in extensions and dye those pastel rainbow and clip them in your hair instead of like fully committing to doing it on yourself. Or if you have like really dark hair and you wanted these pops of prismatic rainbow, you could always just, clip in some pieces and it looks like it's your hair. So once that had faded, I let you guys on Instagram choose my hair color. You guys had full control and I did whatever you guys wanted. I gave you so many different choices and you guys chose this beautiful like unicorn mermaid hair, pink to purple to blue to mint, and it was gorgeous. I had never done something quite like this before and it turned out so good. Like the colors were spot on. They were exactly what I wanted them to be. I have trouble mixing up pastels and like grasping how light or dark they're going to be, and these pastels were absolutely perfect. I loved the depth of them. They weren't too dark, they weren't too light, they were true beautiful pastel shades. I loved this color. You guys chose really well. So then my birthday was coming up and I wanted neon hair for my birthday. I had been trying different colors throughout pretty much the whole year and I hadn't really done anything super bright and rainbow, so I was really craving that. So for my birthday I went ahead and I did vertical sections of rainbow and I flipped them. So on one side I started with pink, one side I started with purple, and then worked my way back from there. So you can see here all the different angles of my head and the color while it's processing. This is also when I got sew-in extensions, and you guys can see how seamlessly and how beautiful my sew-in extensions matched my hair color. This is when I fell in love with getting sew-ins. This color was just so beautiful. I used Lunar Tide's new neon collection, and those colors are so vibrant and so beautiful. So easy to work with. They fade out of the hair really well. I just really liked the Lunar Tides colors. I did so many cute hairstyles with this, and I actually made that color last quite a while. I didn't re-dye my hair until October, so I tried to save the rainbow as long as I could. I even retouched up the rainbow one time in between just to try and keep it vibrant. So then Halloween rolled around and I impulsively decided that I wanted to dye my hair Halloween themed, and I loved it. It was absolutely beautiful. I did orange and purple and some semi-permanent black color. I love the way this looked. I felt like such a spooky bad bitch. Like I loved it so much. There was a filter on TikTok that actually inspired this hair color and it turned out so good. The only problem with doing this hair color is you have an orange shade that's right next to a black color, and the black will bleed all over the orange with your first wash. So that's what I experienced pretty quickly. The black was bleeding all over the place and it was getting all over the orange, and then the black was fading like this really weird blue, like a navy blue color. So I felt like a Tide Pod, and it was time for me to re-dye my hair. So I just decided to do orange all over because it was still spooky season and I didn't want to get rid of that color yet. And I also didn't want to try and like damage my hair removing everything out. So I decided to kind of stick within the theme, and I just did orange all over. This orange did not turn out the way I wanted it to. It almost looked red initially. So like that night I washed it like 2 or 3 times to try and get some of that red orange off, so that way it would fade to more of like a true orange color, and it worked. This is like the only picture I have of my hair once it faded that night to this orange color, but I loved the orange shade. I thought it was so pretty, and I also have a row of clip-in black extensions. Another good trick, instead of putting black in your hair, just get some extensions that are black and put them in there, because it's so much easier than having to deal with removing black in your hair in the future. Lessons I've learned in 2021. I've learned many. So here you can see that faded really beautifully. This was during like November, October, fall time. So my hair was like spooky, and then it went into like fall theme. So you can see I had some of that orange left over, and I had some of these like green pieces. Those green pieces you're seeing are where I had put the black when I did Halloween hair. So it faded to this like really light blue. And then when I put color on top of it, it canceled it out and turned it to like a green shade. I thought it was so pretty. It reminded me of the leaves changing, and I thought it was such a beautiful fall color. I had decided in August, September that I was going to go on a journey of not bleaching my roots until the Billie Eilish concert in March. Hello, still on that journey. Have not bleached my root area since the middle of August. So it's been like, what, 4 months, I think? The Billie Eilish concert isn't until the middle of March, but I think I'm actually going to wait even longer. I want to try and wait a full year before I bleach my roots. I'm just loving my natural color growing in. I like to see it. My hair feels really nice, and I have so much blonde that I can still play with without having to bleach my roots. So I think I'm going to try and wait till August. Don't hold me to it, but that's my goal. All of that to say, I had noticed my roots were really starting to grow in, and I don't like the way it's disconnected. Like, I like there to be a nice blend from my roots to the blonde, and there was just a harsh line. So I decided to dye my hair brown. This was the second biggest mistake of my hair journey this year. Eero neon pink, hair mistake number 1. Overtone brown, hair mistake number 2. I wish I would have known how difficult both of those dyes are to remove, because I would not have used them. I would have chose a perfectly good alternative to them. So I decided to do brown all over this horseshoe section and leave these front 2 pieces blonde and all of my hair underneath here blonde. And that's when I decided to start bleaching just these front 2 sections. I was missing having a contrast in my hair. It was just looking like a grown out color, and I wanted it to look more intentional. So I decided to bleach my roots up here and keep these front 2 sections super blonde all the way to the root, and then just do this horseshoe section in brown, and it looked absolutely beautiful. Love the way this color turned out, and the brown was really pretty while it lasted. Was not worth it, but it was very pretty. Brad Mondo just released some new like colors, and I wanted to try them. So I used some of his new shades to dye these front 2 pieces of my hair. So I did those rainbow pieces in these front 2 blonde sections and all underneath my hair here. This was also really pretty, and I knew it wasn't gonna last long, so I started fading this pretty quickly after I dyed it. So my hair faded to like this really pretty copper color. This was just this month, so you guys know what I'm talking about. It was copper and blonde, and the copper was really pretty, but it would not come out of my hair. Like, it would not budge. So just a few weeks ago, I finally got the color out using my good and tried and true color oops, and I am now back to this beautiful blonde shade, and I will not be using any colors that I'm not sure about. I'm gonna start doing strand tests on like extensions I have, or I'm going to look up reviews on the color. I don't ever want to be in a position where I have color stuck in my hair and I'm panicking to get it out and it will not come out no matter what I do. One of my top goals for 2022 is to treat my hair better, which I've already started doing. I've really started to care for my hair. I'm letting it kind of vibe, do its own thing. I'm letting my roots grow out, which feels incredible. Like, my roots feel so soft and silky, and feeling how nice and healthy they are and seeing my natural color and how pretty it is just makes me want to continue the journey of growing out my hair. I'm definitely not going to grow out my color like all the way. There's no way. Like, you guys know me. There's no way I'm going to grow out all of my natural hair color. I can probably handle it to like the top of my ear area, and then I'm gonna have to bleach it back up. But I am so happy I finally got my hair back to this beautiful blonde shade. I'm so thankful to Color Oops for helping me out. It literally saved my ass. It saved my ass, let me tell you. So many times before, and this time was no different. It came in clutch and it fixed my messed up situation that I had created for myself. Those are all of my hair colors for this year. That was 25 different hair colors I had. That's not including all the times I dyed my hair and it didn't turn out, like when I used markers or when I used eyeshadow and it just didn't stick. I didn't include any of those. It also doesn't include all of the color removers I did. Like, I did so many color removers. I probably dyed my hair like 75 times, including color removers, which is another goal for next year. I am not going to be using color removers that are damaging to my hair. I'll stick with like vitamin C, color oops. I'm not going to use anything bleach based. Like, I'm really going to be careful with what products I'm going to put on my hair. I just want long, healthy hair. I don't want to have sew-ins, and I just want my hair to be healthy. So that's one of my top goals. A couple of my other New Year's resolutions is obviously to get healthy. I really want to try to like work out every day, whether I eat healthy or not. I think it's important to like exercise my body and go to the gym and just, just work out, get my blood flowing. So I'm going to try and do that. I also want to save so much money. Like, I'm going to try to not spend money on stupid things because I have a habit of, you guys know, impulse buying and then have regret later. And I'm really going to try and reel that bitch in because I am buying a house. Next year, I am moving and buying a house and I have to save every penny. So I'm going to try and just have a good year, A new year, a fresh start. I love the new year. Some people are like, oh, new year, same shit. Well, I love it. I think of it as a great opportunity to start new, to leave everything that happened the year before in the past and just be whatever you want to be, do whatever you want to do, and just have goals. There's nothing wrong with having goals, even if you don't meet them, just having good resolutions and goals. I'm all for it. I'm also probably going to try to start meditating in the morning when I wake up and just take like 5 minutes in the morning to like calm myself, like before a hectic work day. I just want to calm and just think about what I want, set my intentions, and just start the day off right. So those are some of my New Year's resolutions. I would love to know what your guys's are. Maybe I'll steal some of yours if I like them. So leave a comment down below letting me know what are some of your New Year's resolutions and what were your resolutions for this year and did you achieve them? Because I had a few and I achieved some of my resolutions for this year. So I'm hoping to cross off every resolution next year. I'm gonna do it. I'm not aiming to. I will cross off every resolution I set. That is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out my Instagram and my TikTok. Both of those are in the description down below. I post way more of my everyday life on there. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I love you guys so much. And until next year, stay weird. Bye guys.